Welcome back. He's been a comedian for years, and besides making the crowds laugh with his jokes, he's also starred in several movies and TV shows as well.
He is Carlos Mencia, and he joins us this morning on Maine to talk about his shows tonight and tomorrow as part of his Liberated Tour at Empire Comedy Club in Portland. Carlos, thanks for coming on.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah,
Good.
this is great.
Now, you actually started your gigs last night. Talk about, first of all, what you thought of the crowd, what you think of Maine, and what do you think of Mainers?
I was shocked at how fun they were. Like,
That's
just
good.
shocked at how open they were to all the stuff. The name of the tour is Liberated because up until recently, I was following the guidelines that were set, you know, by people that said, don't use these words, don't make fun of these people, it's cruel, nobody should do it, blah, blah, blah. But then I was invited to an LGBTQ show where every joke we're not supposed to tell and every word we're not supposed to use, they're using and laughing at and having the best time ever. And I enjoyed it, but I got a little annoyed. Then I was invited to a Latino show where they did the same thing, but from the Latino perspective. Then I was invited to an urban show, and that's when I went, oh, so you can do these jokes. You just have to do them amongst your people, but I thought that all people are my people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't, like a friend of mine said, you're going to Portland? He goes, yeah, and he thought it was, you know, Oregon. And I said, no, Maine. And he's like, why are you going there? I said, why would you be excited that I'm going to Portland, Oregon, but not excited that I'm going to Portland, Maine? And he said, well, you know, I mean, are they going to get you? I was like, what am I, like an alien from some other world? Like when I talk about my family, and people are going to be like, what is that? I don't understand. He has frustrations in life. I don't get it. Like,
Right, like I can't relate to that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you were saying, I wish the weather was better. I'm like, no, I love the fact that this is indicative of a day in the middle of April in Maine. Yes. I like that.
It's so true.
I like that this is a day where I'm going to be the guy that goes, I want to go get a picture of me on the light tower and it's all muggy in the background. That depicts what it is. And so for me, it's about, can we all just get together and be human? Yeah. Can we all talk about our kids and our foibles and our loved ones and, you know, how we have to lie and pretend, and then 10 years later, you're like, I can't believe I pretended to be that guy and now I have to be this guy, and how do I pretend that I'm not this guy? How did I pretend that I like that food because I love this beautiful woman, but now that we've been together for 20 years, I can't tell her I hate that sandwich. Just normal human behavior that depicts. And last night they were just 100% there. So I am so excited to the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, amazing.
And I got to get lobster, and everybody's telling me you got to get the
I
lobster.
know. I wasn't going to say it, but you do.
Yeah, exactly.
You do.
So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know where, but we'll see.
Yeah,
where am I supposed to get lobster?
We'll give you some recommendations for sure.
Okay.
After the show.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so you've performed in front of some huge crowds, but this is a much more intimate venue. So what is that like, and what made you maybe want to perform in a venue like Empire Comedy Club? I
love bringing new young talent on the road. You know, new young talent that are really good in their little safe home environments, who think they're good, and then you bring them to another environment, and all of a sudden at the end they're like, I need your help. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to talk about. And I have this young kid named Kalen Genobaga, and I was excited to see him in that environment because he's been with me doing 2,000 seaters, 3,000 seaters, and now we're in this intimate room, and I was like, let's see how he handles it. And he handled it like a pro. And then I went up, and for me, it's like, look, I have 11 sisters, 6 brothers, 78 nephews and nieces. I'm used to being around human beings. You know, I'm used to loud, I'm used to talking, I'm used to communicating. So for me, it's really fun to see the faces and literally hear the comments in between the jokes that I normally don't get to hear because it's just too loud and too long and too big. That's really great to hear them go, I never thought of it that way, or to hear those little whispers of the joke, but the truth of the joke, the essence of the, you know what, that is what happened. Those trophies did stop our children from learning how to lose. And that's why they have anxiety today, because they got participation trophies. And so just hearing that connection, because for me it's a joke about, we gave our kids participation trophies, and now we have to call coffee makers baristas to make them feel better about their jobs. Now it's not a secretary anymore, it's a personal assistant. You know what I mean? Everything is to make you feel better because of this, and the laughter is one thing, but to hear the comment, that I don't get very often, and I got last night.
Little validation, right?
Yeah, because it says to me, the joke is more than a joke.
Yep.
It's hitting them on a different level. Just those two levels, and that's awesome.
Yeah, let me ask that. How does an engineer, somebody who studied being an engineer, become a comedian?
So my jokes, I can literally break them up into algorithms, right? Like proofs. Like if you give the letter C the value of 10, but later on the letter C is now the value of 20, how did that change, right? I can do that. The hard part is the emotion. I don't attack emotion to it, you know. That's the hard part. So right now, like one of the things, in America, we have a big issue with the difference between racial and racist, right? In America, everything racial has become racist, but it's not. So I tell people the difference. So the difference would be, racism would be, no, we're not going to invite Carlos Mencia to perform at the Empire Comedy Club. We don't allow those kinds of people, et cetera, to grace our stage. That would have been racist. What you did just now when I got here was not racist, which was, hey, my daughter owns a Mexican restaurant. If you'd like to have a taco after the show, that's not racist. But there are people that would hear that and go, oh my God, he offered Carlos tacos? How racist. But way before you offered me tacos, of course, everybody told me to get lobster. But that part nobody wants to talk about, right? The lobster part is fine. The taco part, that's it. And so that's where I want people to feel comfortable in their own skins and not having to tiptoe through what, like you just did it and you said it and it was beautiful. And I can't wait to have a margarita and a taco after because you didn't think about it. But what if you would have? What if you would have said to yourself in your head, oh, if I have tacos, I don't want to tell Carlos about tacos. He's coming to Portland, Maine, and now I'm going to say to the Latino Mexican guy about tacos. No, you just invited me. And I want the world to be this, not that.
Yeah. More thoughtful than anything else.
Yeah, and just if you're a good person, you're a good person.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know, because everywhere you go, right here, it's this. Then I go to Rochester, New York, and it's a garbage plate. And then I end up in Chicago. Then I have to have Italian beef and pierogies because those are the cultures. And a hot dog, exactly the way. And I can't put mustard on it because then they like, you put mustard on a hot dog. You know, these are the things that you go, and it's a beautiful thing. And you learn. So right now, I'm going to drive around and take pictures and go have lobster and do the local things and see what it feels like.
And take a rainy picture with the lighthouse.
Exactly.
Yes, there it is.
Exactly. Perfect.
No sun. I don't want no sun today.
Right.
There you go. You're not getting sun Friday or Saturday. And by the way, the show's again coming up tonight and also Saturday night at Empire Comedy Club. So check them out again. Carlos, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
No, thank you guys, man. You guys were fun. I didn't even talk about your kids.
I know. Jeez, I have too many.
Lobster Rex to come.
I'm one of 18, so next time we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
No, I'm seriously. I'm one of 18 children.
I know.
Okay, we'll talk about that next time.
I want to know if you fought for crumbs when you grow up.
Yes, exactly.
Jeez.